Plug podcast. Let's get it. Let's go. So I have a very special guest. You may introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Hannah.Dabash, and I am an anime TikToker as well as Instagram influencer. I don't really like calling myself an influencer, but I guess that's kind of the bucket term I fall under. So, yeah.
All right, thank you for coming on. Yeah. So basically, before we get into the episode, y'all go like, comment, and subscribe. Turn notification bells to notify for all the podcasts. Go follow our Instagram at @anime_credential, where I post collabs, all that stuff. Go follow my co-host. He couldn't be here today, but go follow him at eyes.lens. He does photography, all that good stuff. And remember, guys, go shop at Dakota Shops. And if you want anything anime related, use my code @anime_credential for 10% off. And yeah, but I have a very special, like I said, very special guest, and I have some questions for you. Interview you, call it a day. How does that sound?
Awesome. Perfect.
Our first question, basic question. How did you get into anime? And what was your gateway?
Ooh, so I as long as I can remember, I, was watching Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon, Digimon, all those little things on, just TV at night, and I didn't really know it's anime. And then when I was around like 10 or 11 years old, I think I really watched like Inuyasha and Death Note, actually. So those were some of like the first animes that I watched, and I was like, wow, yeah, this is real anime. This is great. Like, I never really knew that Yu-Gi-Oh and Sailor Moon, like was anime. So yeah, since then it's all been a downhill spiral, and here I am today. Yeah. And sorry, what was the second part of that question?
What was your, like, basically your gateway? So, like, what do you think got you really, like, hooked to, like, what anime? Like Sailor Moon, Death Note?
I was super obsessed with Sailor Moon when I was little. I used to like always dress up and, buy all the little like wands and stuff like that. But I think my actual anime that like got me into it was probably Death Note at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So once I watched Death Note, I was like, oh wow, this is something really special. And then I was like searching for things really similar to Death Note, and then that got me into Code Geass. And then Code Geass is like one of my favorite animes, so that just like blew my mind, and I was like, wow, I can never watch normal TV again.
I completely. Well, okay, Code Geass confuses me because I just started it not that long ago, so I'm just like, I'm kind of confused because everybody's like, it's like Death Note, but to me, it's not like it's way different than Death Note. Maybe like Lelouch and Light are kind of the same, but I feel like the whole plot is a little different.
Yeah, literally the genre, the plot, everything I would say is different. I think when people say it's like similar to Death Note, I think it's in terms of like the strategy and kind of like the character development. So in a sense, I think you'll see like similarities between like Light and Lelouch. But yeah, it's literally like a super special anime to me. I'm like obsessed with it. So I literally have like Lelouch tattooed on my arm. And then I have.
I will ask you, who did that? Because that is a dope.
It was actually just a local artist. I asked a couple of friends. I was like, hey, do you know anyone who might do like really good like anime tattoos? Because I have a girl that I go to because I have a couple of tattoos, but I've never really gotten like an anime one. So she is amazing at what she does, but I guess she couldn't really put something together, like design something, and she wanted me to kind of design it myself, and I was like, I need someone to do that for me. So yeah, just like a local artist. He's great. I got just 4 of like the characters that mean a lot to me with a little like motifs of like other anime on me, and that's kind of like my sleeve. I have Killua on my ankle, and I actually have the Gia symbol on my thigh as well.
You're tatted up. You are tatted. My bad. I went off track with that one because I probably was just like whatever. But so basically, you're telling me from what I understand, you just been on it since you were young. Like you love anime since you were young.
Yeah. And it was actually like my older sister. Like my oldest sister, she was super into anime, so she's the one that like kind of like I think fed it to me a little bit since I was little. So if anything is a gateway, it's probably her.
Shout out to Big Sis. Like for me, my co-host, because he's been on it since he was little or whatever, and I didn't start watching it till 7, 14, 3 years ago. So
Okay.
like I was like, what is this? Like I was like, bro, do you know what Naruto is? Like I'm really like, I'm like, bro, do you know what is Naruto? Like what is this Naruto thing? Like it's so great. He's like, bro, everybody knows what Naruto is. And then from there on, it's been 3 years I've been addicted. So shout out to him.
Yeah.
My next question: what anime character do you think most resembles your personality?
Ooh, who would resemble me? I've never had someone ask me that, and I've never really thought of it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I feel like maybe like Asuka from Evangelion a little bit. Just simply because I feel like we have, like, I know some people think she's annoying, but also I feel like I can be annoying sometimes. So so I feel like we have that in common. No, but I think like personality wise, like we're both like she takes lead and she's kind of like a leader, and then she's also like very outgoing, and so I feel like we have a little bit of similarities there. Um but yeah, that's a tough one. I'd have to look into that a little more.
Okay. Good answer.
Yeah.
My next question: what show do you think has the best anime soundtrack? So opening, OSTs, and like theme music. Like they know when to play the soundtrack, like during like a hype moment or a low point.
I would have to say
Mhm.
I love the soundtrack for Great Pretender. So it's a little newer, it's on Netflix.
I've watched it.
I really like that, like the jazzy vibe type. It gives me like Cowboy Bebop type vibes. And I really like the OST for Cowboy Bebop as well. So I find that they just like know when to like play that sound, and it like really hits you.
Okay. Yeah, I finished. I love like the little art style because it's so like it's totally different of like what I'm used to with newer animes or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just I think it's probably my favorite anime of 2020, probably.
Great
Jujutsu
Pretender?
and Rent a Girlfriend. I really like Rent a Girlfriend too. So
I have not seen Rent a Girlfriend yet, but I plan to. It's on my list.
that's crazy because you look like you're watching all the romance animes. You look like you are all romance animes out
Surprisingly, I don't actually watch that many romance animes anymore. I think I've like worn myself out of those when I was like in junior high, just kind of getting into it. I used to watch all the romance, all the comedies, and now it's like I'll try to like watch a comedy. Like I was watching Cautious Hero, and yeah, so it's like it's literally just like a hero and he has to save the planet, but he's super cautious. And it was like I would like say it was a little hard to watch just because I was like, wow, like I really need like a more in-depth like plot. So I actually don't watch that many romance anime right now.
I see. Because I think it's like 6 episodes. Like I watched it, but I watched. It was good, but it wasn't nothing for me to remember. So I don't remember the type of thing.
I think it was like Cautious Hero was actually. Oh wait, Cautious Hero? Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't that like I think 12 episodes or
yeah,
like
I don't know.
11?
I can't even tell you type of thing.
Yeah. So it literally had like a plot in the last like episode and a half, and I was like, oh, there it is. Nice.
Alrighty. My next question: saddest anime.
Oh,
Like, what made you cry? What do you think actually brought you to your tears?
I can probably say that I will shed a few tears in almost every single anime. There's just something about anime that like hits you way more than like a TV show or like a live action movie. But I find that Hannah had me sobbing for like days.
I just started. Don't spoil nothing. Like,
Okay,
just started 2 days ago.
just that one. That's definitely like way up there for me. Um, And then I would have to say Clannad. Like there's scenes in Clannad where it just like broke my heart, and that one like really really hurt. And those are also some of my favorite anime, so that's probably why. The sadder they are, the more I seem to like them.
All right. Next question: what was an anime better than what you expected going into it?
Shield Hero.
I didn't like Shield Hero, so
Oh no, you don't like it?
no, I'm not an isekai fan. Though. That's probably why.
I don't like isekai. Like, I have a really hard time watching them. Like, I watched like ReZero, and I was like, everyone was like obsessing over it, and I was like, oh, ReZero is like okay, like it wasn't the best. And I like watch isekais, and they're so repetitive and they're so similar. But so when my sister actually told me to watch Shield Hero, she's like, it's super good. And I was like, oh, I was like, fine. So I was like bored one day and I was like, I'll start it. And I was super hooked. And it's probably in my top 10 now. Like, I don't know what it was, but like something about Shield Hero just like was really, really good for an isekai. Like, I think the only two isekai like anime that I would really like is like Overlord and Shield
And
Hero.
like Overlord too. I really,
Overlord is good.
I really don't like it because I feel like it's like just copy paste.
Yeah.
That's probably why it's like copy paste. Like I think even Sword Art Online, I didn't even get to hate it yet because I watched episode 1. I didn't even like episode 1, so it was just like I didn't even get the chance to hate it. So it was just like
Yeah, Sword Art Online is like, I'm not a fan either, but yeah, like Overlord, I think it was just something, it was a little different than like your average isekai. But I think Shield Hero, also the plot of it, I think just like really like made it. And then Raftalia,
I haven't
I
seen it.
literally,
I haven't
sorry,
seen it. I haven't seen it. What is it about?
Shield Hero? Oh, no, Raftalia from Shield Hero.
Oh, see, you don't remember names. See,
Okay, so she's the little like raccoon girl, fox girl. Yeah. The demi-human, she's like one of my favorite female characters. She's just so cute, and I was like, oh, I love you.
Okay. Didn't season 2 just come out? Season 2 just came out, or recently?
Shield Hero?
I thought so. That's what I saw. I thought I saw that on Crunchyroll.
No, I'm waiting for a second season.
I'm joking. All right. My next question: what would the biggest anime letdown for you? Like you've been into a lot of hype, and it's just been underwhelming. It could be something seasonal right now. Like for me, got Promised Neverland season 2. That's been kind of.
I haven't started that one, but I did hear that it's super like a letdown.
It is a letdown.
Yeah. It was actually recently. Shoot, what was it called? Man, I watched so many. You just gotta like try to remember which one it was. It was super hyped, and wow, am I really not going to be able to remember which one it was?
You can check your list. It's good. Check your list.
I'm going to check my list. It was like a super hype anime on TikTok, and I was like, you know what? I'll watch it because everyone.
I got one. Maybe God of High School. Maybe have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you like that?
It was okay, honestly. That one was okay. So, like, even like Tower of God, like I find that was like kind of, yeah, I wasn't a fan of it either. I was kind of like forcing myself to watch it and finish. Another one, I guess, like I just expected a little more. I would have to say was probably uh Bunny Girl. So Bunny Girl Senpai. I don't know what it was. I just expected it to be a little bit like more interesting. I just it was kind of iffy.
Every weekend with a group of friends or whatever, and I like it. I'm just confused every other episode, so I'm just like, let me just hurry up and finish this. But
Yeah.
I think it's pretty good. I mean,
it was okay, but I guess for its hype, it was kind of like, I think like Bunny Girl and like Darling in the Franxx, like they kind of go hand in hand where they're like 0-2, and then May-san is like super like they're super hyped, and I just like I'm like they're right.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they're cute, but that's pretty much it.
Really good. You know they're really good.
Sorry?
You don't think they're really good, like honestly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. Least and favorite. Wait, your least favorite anime genre and your favorite anime genre.
Least is definitely like isekai and like comedy. Like it needs more. For me, my favorite is definitely like psychological thrillers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So give us some psychological thrillers for me because I like some too. Give me some.
Ooh, Evangelion, Psychopath, Code Geass falls into that. So does Death Note. Um, oh man, my brain really doesn't want to work today. Uh, just like I really like horror ones as well. So like Higurashi. Then there's the moe like horror.
Mhm.
So I don't like those are kind of okay. So like School Live and stuff, like those ones are okay, but I prefer like the more dark themed ones.
Okay. Parasite, like Parasite. I was gonna say,
Parasite, yeah, Parasite is good. I really do like Parasite. Promised Neverland, I guess, falls into that genre. Made in Abyss, I recently watched Made in Abyss, and I think it's like pretty much tied with Code Geass for me. There was just something about Made in Abyss that like I'm obsessing over.
top 10? Top 10 all time?
Sorry?
Is it in your top
Yeah.
10? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So like Code Geass is like Code Geass and Steins Gate. So Steins Gate would also fall under like psychological type anime, but Code Geass and Steins Gate have always been like kind of my number one. And now I'm like, oh, you know what, Steins Gate, I guess you can go to second place because Made in Abyss is gonna like go up to first with Code Geass, unfortunately, but I just really need a second season.
Okay, next question. Have you ever finished an anime in one day?
Oh yeah. I will finish most 12 episode anime in a day.
Okay. Name me 3 that you finished in one day and you were like, man, I wish I didn't finish it. Like, you just wish you could get it back.
Definitely Made in Abyss. I wish I like took my time on that, but I'm actually planning on rewatching it this weekend with my younger sisters. I'm gonna make them watch it. So definitely that one. I watched all of Elfen Lied in one sitting as well. So that one is also like a horror psychological anime. Um, and again, I wish I like took my time on it and didn't like kind of rush through, but I was like, oh yes. And I would have to say like Orange. Like I finished that in one seating.
That's a romance, right?
Yeah, that one's like more of like a romance. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. Like I genuinely really, really liked it. But yeah, I was like, oh, I wish there was more to it. But I'm gonna read the manga for it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My next question: who's your anime crush, boy or girl?
Lelouch, definitely. I would give my soul for that man. I also am obsessed with Nanachi from Made in Abyss. So if you ever see her, she's like a little like bunny human thing, but she's super cute. I would also die for like Killua, like in the most Killua from Hunter x Hunter. I just think he's so cute. He's like someone I would like want to protect, like him and Gon, right?
I would say date though. That's the question, because adorable and crushes.
Yeah, I know. I realized after I said that I was like, wait, it's a crush. This is weird. No, I don't have like a crush on him like that. I guess it's more of like I just wanna. He's like best boy, like you just gotta protect
your son. You would have him as a son.
Yeah. I also really crush over Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and yeah, I guess for girls like it's really hard. Like for me, just I guess by relation, I just love C2, like Cece from Code Geass. And yeah, and then Raphtalia has made it way up with my like top female like characters. So I'd call those my crushes.
That's all female, all male. No more. You got any more?
Sorry?
Got any more?
Honestly, if I kept going, like my first ever anime crush was actually Kaname from Vampire Knight.
I love Vampire Knight. So yeah, I'm not surprised. I love Vampire Knight. That's a great show.
Really? It's so everyone's like, it's not even that good. Okay, so when I was like 12 and I watched Vampire Night, I was like, wow, this is chef's kiss. This is great. Now that I'm like older, I like rewatch some of this stuff and I'm like, wow, this is super cringy. This is
No, it's bad, but it's good.
yeah,
It's bad.
it's one of those.
Yeah, it's bad, but it's good. It's like we watching Pokemon or something, or Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I watched Yu-Gi-Oh like for the first time in like 10 years, like a few weeks ago, and I was like, dang, this is really bad. But I loved it, so it was like, I don't know.
I know. I actually like started rewatching Yu-Gi-Oh too, just like whenever I'm just bored, kind of like vibing with something in the back. And I was like listening to it because I had it on the dub because that's what I watched it as a kid. And I don't watch dub anymore right now, just simply like for personal like preference. But I was just watching in dub and I was like, wow, this is really like cringy. And it's not because it's dubbed. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh. It's just Yu-Gi-Oh. Yeah. So Kaname, I actually have Kaname tattooed on my arm here. Simply because he was my first ever crush. And I was like so obsessed with this dude that I would like legitimately carry a photo around of him in my like backpack and like wallet. So it was pretty bad. And I was like, you know what? He deserves to be on my body.
Like that first anime crush. I think mine, Yukimi from what is that? I never could say it right. The gambling anime. I never can get it right.
Oh, Kakagui?
Yeah, she's crazy.
Yeah.
Love a crazy trick, I guess. I don't know. So my next question. This is more like about your TikTok and stuff like that. When did you start TikTok? Because I guess, everybody was at home at one point, and I guess maybe you were just on TikTok and you saw it, or was it something different? Let me know.
It was exactly that. When like lockdown happened and quarantine happened, I was like, wow, I'm really bored. And I was like, I might as well start TikTok. And my little sister, so she's 17 now, but she's been doing TikTok since I think she was like 13. So she's been doing it for quite a few years. And now she's, I think, almost at 4 million on TikTok. So she's quote unquote like TikTok famous. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it too, right? Like she does like SFX and makeup and whatnot. So we're like two completely different sides of TikTok. So me and then my other younger sister who's 19, she also started during lockdown and she kind of just does like thirst trap things. It's yeah. So she has like almost I think like 700K on TikTok and I was like, you know what? I should just start it. I literally have nothing else going on for me right now. Yeah. So
what happened? What came first? Because you have a pretty big Instagram following too. So the Instagram clout or the TikTok clout?
They're actually very separate. I find that I've never promoted either one on like well, I have promoted my Instagram a couple times on TikTok. It doesn't really do much because the algorithm is just terrible there. But Instagram, I've never actually promoted my TikTok. I literally probably 2 days ago, I put like the Hannah.Dabash 150K plus on like my bio.
To this interview, I legit didn't know, like, I think I might have found you on TikTok, but I thought I was, I don't even remember.
I'm really not that active on TikTok. I probably have like 20 or less videos up. I just, I want to be more active. I'm just not. But I made my Instagram this year as well. So I think what really like got it going was just like I started, posting like my outfits because that's what I like. So I have like a lot of like I have like an insane amount of like anime merch, like t-shirts and stuff. So I was like, oh, I really love making outfits. So I started taking cute pictures and like posting them up and then it kind of just rolled from there. And then same with like the reels. So what I did is I just like took my TikToks and like stuck them in my Instagram reels. Just every now and then I'll do that, and that picked up as well. So, yeah, I don't know which one really came first. I probably had Instagram before I made my TikTok. But I did make my Instagram like a couple months before I made a TikTok. So, yeah.
All right, my next TikTok question. You're not on there much, but let's say you decide to make a video. You can make it with 3 people, dead or alive, celebrity, anybody. Maybe even a dead family member if you wanted to.
Okay.
3 people, anime related or not.
3 people that I would want to make a TikTok with. Celebrities. Honestly, I would like, this sounds really dumb, but for some really odd reason, I would just love to make like a TikTok with, oh, well, I guess, are you familiar with like K-pop? Like Korean pop?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
kind of. I've heard some. It's okay.
Well, I definitely like to make a TikTok with obviously one of my favorite K-pop groups. So that's for me. I guess like when it comes to celebrities, I was never like super like fangirly over them. And even like on TikTok, I guess like it's really upsetting for me because I wish I was more active so I could like collaborate and like, get more friendly with like some of the TikTok creators on there. So I do follow some of them and we're mutuals on both TikTok and Instagram, but like I never talk to them and I'm like, this is kind of sad because I see them all like, oh, we're like gonna play this and we're on Discord and we're gonna stream and they're making like videos together and I'm like, and they probably all have like group chats together and I'm like, hi. I just
It's not there.
I'm not trying hard enough, I guess. So maybe I should start doing that. Yeah.
So, all right. So your K-pop group, and you gotta give me two more. Two more. You can do an anime character too. I thought I said that.
Ooh, okay, anime characters. Honestly, if I could make a TikTok with Hisoka, I would. Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Because why not? Like, why would you not want to be?
What TikTok are y'all doing?
Sorry?
What idea would you do with Hisoka?
Probably a thirst trap.
Oh my gosh. Really bad. Okay.
How much backlash do you think I'm gonna get for saying?
Oh my gosh. You'll probably get like 5 million likes off of it though. People be thirsty.
That's true, exactly. It's either like, see, the thing with TikTok, the funniest thing is like, you're either, when you like make something with like a controversial like character, like I don't know if you've heard of like Sangwoo from like it's a manhwa. Yeah. So if you make anything like even remotely close to like romanticizing him or even with him, you get so much hate. But if the algorithm decides to send you to like the side where like the Sangwoo stands are and they're like, oh my god, this is great.
They'll love it. Yeah, I've seen both. Oh my gosh, TikTok is.
Yeah.
But they get a lot of likes off of it. So next one. Y'all give me another anime character. Your last guess.
Honestly, I would make like I'm literally just gonna choose another hunter character. I would literally make it with Kurapika because I would just want to use that audio. Kurapika is drowning in an indescribable.
Oh, okay. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought you were gonna go Killua because you're like low-key a pedo, but you went with Kurapika, so it's cool. Okay.
No.
It's okay. But those are the three. Alrighty. My next question. This is like non-anime related or like non like this and that, but I think it's kind of funny. I ask everybody who does TikTok that's come on. What is the weirdest TikTok like? I guess maybe you could like comment or DM because I know some people you could thirsty and go to the DMs. Like, what is the weirdest one you've ever gotten?
Oh boy, I've gotten so many weird like DMs or like even like comments on my like TikToks.
That's why, like, when I DM people, I be like, try to make it sound so professional. I'm like, look, I have a podcast. I'm not trying to be weird, nothing like.
And slide into your DMs.
Nothing like that. It's all business. But give me one. And they got, what's the weirdest one?
Oof. Oh boy. Honestly, I will have to say, I got this one where a guy, so he basically messaged me and he was like, hey, how do you feel about giving me a used tissue and I'll give you $300? And I was like, a used tissue? I was like, huh? And he's like, yeah, I just want you to like rub it on your body and like maybe like wipe it under your underarms and stuff and then just put it in a plastic bag and like send it to me for $300. And I was like,
did you?
No, I did not. I was like, no. I thought about it and I was like talking to my mom and like my sisters and I was like, this is really weird. Like if you asked me for like feet pics, I'd be like, maybe. But like what are you gonna do with like a tissue that I don't know? It's just super weird to me. So I was like,
oh my god. Okay.
So no, unfortunately I did not. Maybe if he asks again, I might. We'll see.
He doesn't watch it. I hope you just called him. You just put him on blast. I'm messy for that. Anyway, okay. My next TikTok question for you is: what is one thing that one thing you love about it? Like love, like content wise, like you love interacting with people, or if you whenever you decide to, I guess.
I guess like for TikTok, like I really do like seeing like the creativity people have because I find that I'm super uncreative, which is probably why I'm really inactive on there. But I love like seeing like people just come up with stuff and I'm like, wow, people really have that creativity or like they like, and a lot of people are super talented, like especially like artists.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wow, there's a lot of really talented people. So it's really cool to just see like everything that's out there kind of, and it's a good like, when you just have nothing else to do, you just scroll on TikTok for like 4 hours. Yeah.
Like, legit, I can be in class. I'm just or online class or whatever, just on there scrolling. I'm there 4 hours. Next thing I know, I'm asleep or something like that. So it does. I think that's a good thing. Get you away from everything. But what is the downside of it? Is it the creepy comments? Is it?
I find that. So here's the interesting thing. When I first, started TikTok, and I was kind of like, on the anime side of things, and kind of like the alternative side, it was like I didn't find that there was a lot of, I would want to say like toxicity, but recently I find that during quarantine, I would like to say that more people got into it, or just like more people got exposed to it, right? So now it's like every time you post something, there's always someone like being sensitive about something or like being overly just like mean or rude, right? Like there's absolutely no reason to be saying what you're saying. And I just find that like people can be like really like, and the thing is I'm not a very sensitive person, so I just like kind of go through. But if like a girl gets a tattoo of like mimicking a tattoo that her like favorite celebrity has, I just don't see why people are gonna attack you for it and be like, oh, it's super special to them. Why would you do that? And it's like, well, you don't know if it's special to that person too. Like, or like I personally I have Sing Wu tattooed on my calf.
Mm-hmm.
And long story short, obviously I have my reasons for liking him as a character. It's not like I'm like, oh my god, he's so hot, oh my god, I love him, right? Like it has nothing to do with that, right? For me it's more about his childhood and his like character development, kind of like his traumas and all that stuff. But people just don't want to understand that and just like jump straight to like, just
something like that.
Yeah, just like hate, and you're like, cool, moving along. Thanks for helping the algorithm.
People are just Karens. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
All right, that's it for my TikTok ones, but I have 4 more questions for you. And then all righty. My next question: what is a character you want to cosplay as? Or like, I don't really. Do you consider what you do cosplay or not really? Like.
Yeah, I've cosplayed a couple times. I don't have any pictures up, but I have, and I still have the cosplay, so I'm thinking about like kind of getting into that again. But then I see like all these like super like pretty talented cosplayers, and I'm like, oh god, I don't know if I want to do this. But I think I've always really, really wanted to cosplay. I literally just want to cosplay like Miku, just like her original outfit.
Okay.
It's like original Miku. I've like always wanted to do that, and I've never have yet. And I'm like, I should really try doing that. I don't know why. She's nothing super special, but I just love like Miku and like Vocaloids, and I've cosplayed her as like the Senpon Sakura like version, but I've again just the really original basic Miku.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to cosplay so bad, but it's so hard to find stuff in my size, bro. It is like.
Really?
Yeah, because I'm like 6'5.5".
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, it's just hard to find stuff. So.
Who would you want to cosplay?
I would love to cosplay like. Okay, so I don't like Attack on Titan. I'm not a fan of it, but I would go with Levi because he is a Chad, cool dude. I like their a tier 2, so that would be pretty cool. And I want to go with like Tanjiro. Like I'm very basic. Like I'm more like two things. I was a Tachi one Halloween like 2 years ago, and I was like,
Okay.
I was both, funny enough, I went as Hisoka like 3 Halloweens ago. Funny enough,
You know what? I feel like being 6'5", you do a good Hisoka.
yeah, it's just like I'm not white. I'm not white as hell, so it's like
Doesn't matter though.
yeah, it's kind of hard. Alrighty, my next question though, give me 2 overrated animes.
Overrated?
Offend people, we don't care.
Naruto. um and definitely Darling in the Franxx.
Okay, then we're gonna address both of these first. Naruto. Okay, so where do you have it as your? Hold on, let me in the lighting. Where do you have Naruto in your ranking? Like, if you were to rank it, is it your top 10?
No, absolutely not. Naruto? So you said overrated?
Yeah, like overrated. Like, what do you think? Like you think it gets a lot of hype, but it's not.
Yeah. So Naruto, okay.
Because overrated doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that like it gets the hype, but it's not really that good to you.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So no. I was just making sure you said overrated because you said top 10. So I was like, wait, did I hear that right?
I did ask, is it in your top 10? I did ask.
Okay. So no, it absolutely is not. Here's the thing. So I've watched a bunch of like longer like shonen type anime, and I just find that there's so many better ones than Naruto.
I think One Piece is better, personally. I do agree. I think Yu Yu Hakusho is a little better, I think.
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely.
I think Hunter is challenging it. I do think there are some things better, but okay, do you think it's overrated because of the fillers? Like, give me some breakdown if you want to.
Oh my god. Okay, so I actually started Naruto this year. Because I've like been putting it off. I was like, oh, I just don't want to watch it. It's like overhyped. It's like way too long. And I started watching it, and it's so up and down for me. I'm like, wow, there's so many fillers that have absolutely nothing. Like, there's no benefit in watching them unless you're like really invested in like the characters, I guess. But other than that, it's like they'll have like 2 arcs that are like interesting, and like everything else is so slow, and like everything that happens is like spaced out on like the span of like 10 episodes, and I'm like, y'all really did not need 5 episodes for one like measly fight, you know what I mean? So I think like that's kind of like where it gets to me. Like, I just like don't see why it's so like hype.
So do you like, okay, are you in Shippuden or the kid version still?
Sorry?
Are you at the part where he's like teenager like Shippuden, or
yes, so I finished Naruto and now Shippuden, so
can we agree that at least the kid version is a lot better than the teenage version? Like
so I haven't finished Shippuden yet.
Okay.
I'm still there. So I don't know if I can really make a comparison.
Okay.
I
think the kid version is a lot better because what you're going to see with filler is like probably 10 times worse than what you have seen, because I tell people the filler, that's just what I would tell you. And I do think Naruto does have some plots or whatever, but it's in my 10. But I do respect you for having that.
no, and that's fair. Like, I don't care if people have Naruto as their like number 1. I'm like, great for you. Like, if that's what you like.
Not 1, but there, not 1.
1 is Naruto, 2 is Dragon Ball Z, 3 is One Punch Man.
Dragon Ball Z fans. We'll be here all night if we don't get hurt. Okay. Next question. Darling in the Franxx. Why do you think it's overrated?
Okay, so I actually didn't see it until it started getting like a shit ton of hype, and I watched it and I was like, why is this as popular as it is? Like, I didn't see it at all. Like,
I didn't finish it, but I do appreciate them having like the way they ride their motorcycles. They're like, cheeked up together. I do appreciate that, dude. Nice. But I didn't really, I watched it, but I didn't really, love it.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? It was like, wow, this is the best. I will say, honestly, another one that was a huge disappointment was Kakegurui, just because I watched it when it was on Netflix, when they put it on Netflix, and I was like, I'm bored, I'll watch it.
Season 2, terrible. Season 1, pretty good. I'll say
It was like, I don't know, everyone was just like really happy, like, wow, this is amazing, this is great. And I'm like, yeah, the girls are attractive, but like the plot just kind of became like super like predictable. And
I just feel like those gambling games were so complicated to comprehend. I'm just like, okay, what's going on? Like,
what's happening? But she's gonna win anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So it's like, it's okay. Show. It's like 7.
Yeah, I was kind of watching it, and I was like I definitely see like the appeal to like a certain like people who like that type of anime. Like I see the appeal, but to me personally, I was kind of like, yeah, this is it. Cool.
Alrighty. You got any more before I go on?
Oh, I probably have like a bunch somewhere. I've literally seen like over like 300 anime, so like I can probably try to whip up a bunch, but
you know what I realized? Every time I get somebody come on, their brain just freezes when it's time to like for the question. It's like, oh my gosh, okay. So my next question: what is the most toxic anime fandom you think is out there?
My Hero Academia.
I think it's Dragon Ball because they use the excuse of like, oh my, we're the father to all these animes. We did this and that and that. Like we're the best ever because if it wasn't for us, I'm like, dude, anime's been around since like 1918. Like the first anime came out in 1918. Y'all came out in the 80s. Like
yeah. Like well, see, I can get their point where they say like they kind of they popularized it, I guess, because also there was like and there still kind of is, but there is like a stigma towards anime, right? But like with Dragon Ball Z, and then some of like even like when they brought it over to like North America, and a lot of kids were watching like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, right? That kind of just like popularized the whole thing. I get that, and yeah, Dragon Ball Z fans can really be interesting.
It's like when I tell them that, like, I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched probably the whole series, but when I tell them, I just don't think it has a really plot to it. They're just like, well, you just don't understand it. They can't. Can they be Goku though? I'm just like,
Goku will beat you up.
I'm just like, are we not like 7, 8 years old? Like, can we understand that there's more than a shot or more than a show than explosions and power?
And like, yeah, like strong people. Yeah. No, I definitely have not seen all of it. I have seen parts. I have probably watched like the first like 12 episodes, and I was like, I cannot do this. There's no way I can watch all of this. But yeah, but My Hero Academia stands like they're
give me the My Hero reason why. Like what is it?
Oh boy. You cannot say a single thing about Boku no Hero without one of them just coming at you, right? Being like, just like, first off, there's just something that really irks me about My Hero Academia. It is personally not a good show.
It's okay. So I watched a podcast on this, and basically, I agree with this. Basically, it's an okay show, but it hasn't done nothing to make it great.
Yeah,
it's
like
good, but it hasn't been great. It's just a shonen. It's good. It hasn't elevated to great yet. Like I think 15, 20 years, I'm not gonna remember My Hero. I'm still watching anime. I'm not gonna remember.
Like personally, there's no character in My Hero that really makes me like even want to stay. Like I'm not like wow Todoroki or like Bakugo. Like
I love Todoroki. That's why I asked.
Like he's cool, but he's not like a character that I would really like. Like for me personally, when I was watching it, I was like Aizawa was like my favorite. Other than that, I'm like, if I wasn't already like so many episodes into My Hero, I probably just would never want to finish it because I just don't see the point in doing so, but I will because I hate dropping anime unless it's like super, super bad. But yeah. And then like that
Bakugo love. Like you're a girl, so maybe you can just give me the powers because everybody loves Bakugo, and I'm just like he's like one of the biggest douches I've ever. Like he's rude, he's disrespectful, he's like that's just like do y'all like bullies? Like
Do you like bullies? Okay, here's the thing. When I started watching My Hero, I was like, oh, Bakugo isn't like too bad, right? He's okay. I cannot stand him. He's so annoying. Personally, I just I don't understand it either. I couldn't tell you what the appeal with him is. Like Todoroki, at least I find like, he has some appeal. Like even like Shigaraki and like Hawk and like even like Toga, I'm like, why? Like, I'm all for like crazy characters. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love them, but maybe it's just because it's My Hero, and I'm like, wow, this is not very interesting. Yeah. And like, honestly, if you delve deep enough into the TikTok, like My Hero TikTok, you'll find the weirdest.
Like shippers.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like they're. Oh, I'm like, I don't see why you're taking the little children and
you're like 12. It was like 12.
Yeah, you're like pushing them onto a counter and like being weird. Like, no.
Exactly. So yours is My Hero. Yours is My Hero for sure.
Yeah.
All right. My next question. I got it. We got this one and one more. That's it. My next question. Two underrated animes, like really underrated.
Oof. Zenkyo no Terror and Shinseki Yori.
I've never heard of those, so put me on.
So Zenkyo no Terror, it's the English is Terror and Renaissance? Terror and Renaissance. Resonance? Terror and Resonance.
I've heard of that.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I can't talk. I'm actually really cold right now. It's super cold here, but I have my fireplace on, but it's not really doing much. But yeah, so that one is super underrated. It's like 12 episodes. It is in my top 10. It's so good. Like, it just like has all the right like variables, right? Like the music is great, the characters are great, the whole plot is like amazing. It's kind of like, it's a little slower, but it's very like psychological mystery thriller-ish. So I just like love that one. I'm like, wow, more people really need to watch this. And then Shinseki Yori, it's really like a psychological type anime. I wouldn't be able to explain it really well, but it's from the New World, I guess is the English name. And it's basically just like a bunch of kids with like powers, like they have like supernatural power type things.
I feel like a better My Hero, like better.
It's honestly not comparable. Like they don't have superpowers like that. It's more like mental power type stuff. Yeah, like
telekinesis and stuff, something like that.
Yeah, it's super like, I find that you would have to kind of pay attention just to understand. Like a lot of people that I've told to watch it, like they'll be like 3 episodes and be like, I don't get it. And I'm like, you gotta watch a little bit more, please. Like it's honestly super good. Like it all starts making sense, and then like by the end of it, it's like it's literally amazing. That one's also in my top 10. Yeah.
Alrighty. My final question. I think this is gonna be like the hardest one because you said you watch over 300 animes. Your top 5 anime all time, but you probably sit around and think about this. I think so. Top 5.
Top 5.
1 to 5 or 5 to 1. Your order.
Okay, so definitely number 1, I would have Code Geass and Made in Abyss tied. Okay. For second place, definitely Steins Gate. Okay. And then now the 4 and 5 is a little harder.
Hunter, you got Hunter in there. Is it?
I love Hunter. I don't know if it's like in my top 5 though. I think it would be in my top 10. It would definitely be in my top 5 for like kind of like longer shonen anime, or like top 5 for longer shonen anime, but I don't think it's like in my top 5 like that. Cowboy Bebop would probably be number 4. And I would want to say I would probably want to put Shinseki Yori at 5. Yeah.
So you feel good about the list? This is your confirmed top 5. You feel good?
Honestly, the more I think about it, the sadder I'll get, because I'm like, wow, but I want to have like Banana Fish in there. What about Anohana? What about like?
You can only have 5 top 5. That's what people.
I know, that's something. So definitely Code Geass, Steins Gate, Made in Abyss, Cowboy Bebop, and Shinseki Yori.
Okay, you got it. That's the only matter. So when you finish, you can tell them, plug your stuff, tell them where to follow you, all that good stuff.
Okay. So you can follow me on Instagram at Hannah.Dabash and the same on TikTok. So also Hannah.Dabash. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. It was fun. It was great.
I'll go like, comment, subscribe, turn the notification bell on, notify for all the podcasts. Go follow us at Anime_Again Show. Go follow my co-host at Eyes Out Lens. And stay safe. Peace.